Hey GAWDA members, welcome to another episode of GAWDA TV. Spring has officially sprung and we're now just 1 month away from this year's SMC in Dallas. Joining us first today to give this month's SMC update are Jason Cowles and Natasha Alexis. Jason is the owner of Nitrex and a member of GAWDA's Member Services Committee and is here to tell us about a really exciting new program that GAWDA is debuting during this year's SMC. Jason, thank you so much for being with us today. Can you tell us about the brand new GAWDA Guides program?
Hey, Steve, thanks. Yeah, I'm really excited about GAWDA Guides. 3 years ago, I joined GAWDA, and I knew absolutely no one. I walked into my first event. I was excited, but really very overwhelmed. I saw relationships, connections, conversations happening all around me, but I wasn't part of them. I knew there was incredible value in this organization, but I had really no idea how to access it. So I tried. I really tried. I introduced myself. I tried to find my way in, but honestly, after a while, I gave up. I actually called Andrea and Bruce, and I tried to cancel my trip to Maui, but they wouldn't give me a refund, so I went, and that's really where everything changed. I was standing there alone when a stranger walked up to me, Tom Badstubner. He didn't know me. He had no idea who I was, but he took an interest. He asked me about my background. He listened to my story, and then he thought through exactly who could help me the most. And then he made an introduction that really changed my entire GAWDA experience. That one moment, that simple act of connection was the turning point for me. And that's what we're launching with GAWDA Guides. For years, GAWDA has done an incredible job of welcoming new members. The newcomers reception's been great. You know, it's given people a place to start over the years. We've had a lot of fun. You know, there were creative ideas. We had the putting contest. There were costumes people wore. It's been fantastic. But we see an opportunity to build on that momentum, and that's what we're working on. We want to elevate and improve. So this year, we're introducing the GAWDA Guides program. Again, I'm really excited about it. It's an invitation-only experience designed to accelerate a newcomer's success. Instead of showing up at a reception and hoping to meet the right people, newcomers are going to be paired with an experienced guide, someone who's been in GAWDA for years and knows the landscape. These longtime members, they're going to be past presidents, executive committee members, industry veterans. They're stepping up to personally welcome newcomers. They're going to give them the inside track on how to navigate GAWDA from day one. Before the reception, the guides will reach out to their respective newcomers and set up a time to meet before the event. Then at the reception, the guide will move through the event together with their newcomers, making introductions, building connections, and making sure that no newcomer ever stands alone wondering where they fit in. But, you know, it's not just about networking. GAWDA Guides is about equipping newcomers with everything they need fast. We'll have key industry resources. We'll have committee members there to explain volunteer opportunities. Steve, we're going to invite you there. Make sure that GAWDA Media is showcased, and the consultants are going to be there, and they're going to be available to share how they can help members and newcomers. We're taking what took me 3 years to figure out and giving it to newcomers at warp speed. This event isn't my idea alone. It's the result of so many incredible people working together, listening, thinking deeply about how to improve the newcomer's experience. I just really want to thank the GAWDA staff. I want to thank John, Natasha, of course, Andrea, Bruce. Their dedication and leadership make events like this possible, and I'm grateful for everything that they do. I also want to thank the Member Services Committee. I want to thank John Tapley and Ben Black. Their insights and passion for improving GAWDA were really instrumental. But most of all, I really want to thank Kevin Falconer. Kevin is an outstanding leader. He's someone who cares deeply about GAWDA and about making a lasting impact. And I'm incredibly grateful for his guidance and support. This wouldn't have happened without Kevin. So GAWDA Guides is more than just an event. It's a game changer. It's about removing barriers, creating real relationships, and helping newcomers find value immediately. No one should have to fight for 3 years to feel like they belong. And with GAWDA Guides, they won't have to.
This sounds like an amazing program, Jason. As we get closer to the SMC, what kind of communication can newcomers expect to have with their guides?
We've really learned from the past presidents, executive committee members, when they have somebody from their own company that attends the event, often they'll have a conversation with them. What should I wear? Where should I go? What event should I engage in? What's the protocol for? Should I have an hour conversation with someone or a 5-minute conversation? There's just all kinds of questions that people have. And, I was talking to Ben Black, and he was telling me that his experience was different because Jack Butler was, giving him all the answers to all his questions. So really it's for a lot of people just like me, they don't have a Jack Butler to ask questions to. And so we're going to provide that for them. And I'm really excited about that.
Perfect. And then will this be a one-off at this year's SMC, or do you anticipate that this will be at every GAWDA event going forward?
That's our plan. We're actually, our plan is to provide this for newcomers at every event so that they get maximum value as soon as possible. But we're also kind of trying to go back in history because, there's been newcomers that were in Arizona. There were newcomers that were in San Antonio last year. We're trying to reach back and get some of those people because some of those people still might have not made connections. And so we're hoping to catch some of those people in this SMC event. But yes, our plan would be to do this every in-person meeting going forward.
Jason, it sounds like this is going to be a great event, and we can't wait to experience it with you. Natasha, we just heard from Jason about the amazing new GAWDA Guides program. 1 month out, can you share with viewers what else we need to know about this year's SMC?
First, I have to give a shout out to the Member Services Committee and Jason. This is the magic of GAWDA. This is a member-driven organization, and their contributions are really adding another layer of value for members at the SMC. So as Jason described, we are creating GAWDA Guides to really deepen the experience for new members attending our national conference, right? GAWDA is comprised of several hundred different companies, different sizes, different regions, and everyone enters a meeting of a couple hundred people differently. Some it's easier just to go straight to the president of the organization and say, hello, my name is so-and-so, and start a conversation right away. And others, it's easier when you're led by someone who knows. So really inspired by Jason's story. Thank you, Tom Badstubner, for approaching him and really connecting him to other people, right? This is why we're all here. So kudos to the Member Services Committee and Jason. Now, how's this going to look in the next coming weeks? We are going to reach out to our new attendees, our newcomers. We have been working in the background to sharpen that guide list, kind of establish who is going to be the guide for these newcomers. So we're doing some work there. We're going to connect everyone before. We're going to create meeting places. at the SMC. And then by the time we get to the newcomers room, which is going to be set up differently with tabletops of GAWDA staff, GAWDA media, and all the different committees, they will know who their guide is. And it'll be easier to flow in the room, right? With all the tables, it'll be easier to navigate and hopefully easier to facilitate the connection that we are all at GAWDA for. So look out from emails from our Member Services Committee leaders and from your GAWDA staff.
So outside of GAWDA guides, with about a month before this year's SMC, what else should be on top of members' minds?
In the next coming week, there's still time to register to attend, right? For those of you who are maybe thinking about it or haven't heard or received the hundreds of emails that I feel like we send from GAWDA headquarters, and GAWDA Media does a great job of getting the message out there. There's still time to register. Almost 700 members will be joining us in Dallas, Texas. It's an easy city to get in and out of, a big airport, direct flights from all across the United States, 3 days of networking and learning. Today, I would love to highlight the additional education opportunities that we have at our education sessions. So we have 6 different sessions, first being cybersecurity. This is a very hot topic in our industry. Several of you have been experiencing security issues. We now have a technology committee that is focused on bringing and meeting your technology needs. They're going to deliver 2 education sessions and have enlisted several knowledgeable experts to add to the discussion. So cybersecurity. And then the second is launching and scaling your e-commerce business. Again, 2 hot topics. Next, we'll have an insightful presentation and discussion around trucking, supply chain, and logistics, really engaging the next generation in the workforce. This will be presented by a sister organization that we met, really looking forward to the insight that she's going to provide to all of us and how we can really contribute to building up this workforce in our backyards. Next, we're going to take a 10-year outlook of gas distribution with Maine Oxy and Pulsa leadership. Next, we're going to have another session for hydrogen opportunities for regional distributors. This will be presented by a newer member, CGI Gases. And last but not least, the GAWDA MVPs. An hour with our GAWDA consultants, right? Live, in person. That's our GAWDA consultants, the other magical part of GAWDA. So these are the 6 sessions. 3 will be happening simultaneously, an opportunity to bring more employees so everyone goes back to your businesses with all this knowledge. We're really excited, Steve, and hope all of you will register to attend. Reach out to us here at GAWDA headquarters if you have any questions. Hope to see you in Dallas, Texas.
Great. Information regarding the educational sessions, GAWDA University, and GAWDA guides can be found in the link below. Natasha and Jason, thank you so much for being with us today. We can't wait to see you in Dallas. With April being National Safety Month, we've got a great safety-themed episode for you today, so stick around right after a word from today's presenting sponsor, Weldcoa. We're lucky enough to be joined first today on our safety episode by Paul Bernier. Paul is the Safety Products Manager at General Air and a regular contributor for Welding and Gases Today. Paul, we appreciate you coming on the show today. In a lot of the articles that you write for the magazine, you conclude with some form of, remember, these safety items are required and your customers have to buy them from somewhere, so why not from you? Can you discuss how safety has become such an integral part of your business at General Air and how you work with your customers to help make them safer?
Several years ago, maybe 11 or 10 years ago, we did a survey all our customers coming into our stores. We have 8 locations. And we basically just asked them, what do you like about General Air? What do you not like? What should we carry that we don't carry now that might help you? And one of the top thing was safety supplies. I come to your stores, I get my welding supplies, gases, and then I have to run somewhere else to, buy any of my safety supplies, other than, we might have a few pairs of gloves or welding hoods. So in an effort to just be a total distributor for our customers the best we can and embed ourselves in their business, we said, let's bring in safety and let's do it right. And we did. And it's opened other doors, other industries. And it's increased our foot traffic. People come in here and they'll just buy, gloves and glasses. It's not necessarily only welding gases and wires and so forth. Or they add to their cart, which has been, awesome. We've increased our safety sales. We always had some safety, welding jackets, hoods, glasses, but maybe threefold has increased our safety sales. So it's a necessary thing that our customers have to have, that they buy, and if we're not selling them to them, somebody is.
In the first quarter 2025 issue of the magazine that just came out, you wrote about the top 10 OSHA violations from last year. It seems like many of the top 10 are recurring violations year after year after year. Why do you think that is, and what can GAWDA members do to help make their employees and their customers safer with regard to some of the more common violations?
Let's look at OSHA in general. They have 2,500 inspectors in the whole United States responsible for 7+ million businesses. So they're not going to go in there all the time, right? What they're going to look for is the imminent danger. Somebody's hanging off a roof or a ladder and they see it. They're going to stop right there. Or there's an injury. And the most common injury there is out there is falls. So you see falls, I think it was 14 years in a row or 15 years in a row, falls number 1. But if you look at the top 10 OSHA violations, falls are actually in there 3 times. So when you have a limited amount of people visiting extraordinary number of customers, they're not going to go unless there's a good reason to go. Right now, OSHA has 2 emphasis programs. An emphasis program means their employees or investigators are going to look for 2 things prominently. They're going to look for any fall dangers, because that's number 1. Number 1, death in construction is falls. Number 2, in general industries is falls. So they're going to go and investigate anybody that should or is using fall protection. So it's an emphasis program. The other one they have going right now, and these usually last about 3 years, and then they redo them. The other one is heat stress. So anytime the heat index is over 80 degrees, they're going to stop and see, what are you doing for heat stress? There's been a lot of deaths and injuries and sicknesses related to heat stress over the years. So that 80-degree threshold is pretty easy to reach, especially out here in the summertime or spring or fall. And that's what they're looking for. So when you see these recurring citations, it's the ones that are the worst. And you also got to remember, OSHA, there's a lot of violations that a company can have, but there's also the general duty clause, which means the general duty clause is basically you can be in trouble for anything. Even if it's not a written CFR, it can be, well, your employee was hurt, you were not protecting them very well. Boom, here's a citation.
Speaking of OSHA, you recently became certified as an authorized OSHA instructor. Can you discuss that certification process and what you went through to gain it?
As an OSHA instructor, I can certify people in OSHA 10, OSHA 30. My certification or authorization is in general industry. So I had to take OSHA 511, pass the test, and then OSHA 501, pass the test, and then you become an authorized instructor. The reason I did it is just for, clout, some respect. So somebody, our customers look at you and, if you're a CWI in the welding industry, you have the respect of the customer and they trust you. And I think the same happens with safety. So it was a long process, but the benefits of it, I'll show you an example. One of the things we do for our customers besides offer training is we do safety audits. This is actually a safety audit I just got back from our marketing department from a customer I did, which is kind of like a OSHA pre-walkthrough is what people will look at it. And being OSHA certified instructor, they kind of trust that I know what I'm looking at and looking for, right? So this is just an example, and we'll go through it, but basically we'll show like a picture. Okay, this is what your shop, I'll take pictures of their shop, and then I'll show what they should have or what the violation is. Some are, do this right away. Some are, up to you, but the best practices maybe. And we'll share this with them. We don't share it with OSHA. I don't work for OSHA. I work for General Air. We'll show this to the owner or, principals involved and say, this is our recommendations and this is what we recommend you do. A lot of those are products they have to buy, which are safety products, eye wash stations, first aid cabinets, SDS books, floor striping, fall protection. It goes on and on. And with this service that we do at no charge for our customers, we don't do it for everybody. We expect that they'll turn around if there's a need, that they'll buy it from us, and they do.
April is National Safety Month, and this year's GAWDA theme is Sustaining a Resilient Culture. So combining those two ideas, how do you feel that members can go about building and sustaining a strong safety culture within their companies?
So the first thing is owner or C-suite buy-in. The owner's got to buy into the safety culture. And what I mean by that is sometimes it is expensive. There's a lot of things that need to be done, whether it's an engineer project to make your employees safer, guarding, possibly even hiring a safety person. That can get really expensive. So you have to have ownership buy-in that says, yes, we're a safe company, we're going to be safe, and then listen to the employees who say, this is not a safe situation. Can you help me here? And then you need employee buy-in as well. A lot of companies offer awards for somebody being safe. You'll see a lot of, you walk into some factories and they'll say, 100 safe days without an injury. Well, that's employee and owner buy-in. They're posting it for everybody to see because they're proud of it. Hopefully, hopefully it works out that way. But it's got to be two-way street. It's got to be both working together, and the ownership must invest in that safety culture. We do this, again, it's an added service we provide our customers. We will do these safety audits and things like this. We'll do a lot of their safety training at no charge, which is compliance training, which is mandatory, which has to be done. And a lot of our companies, small, mid-size, do not have a safety person. So they rely on us to help them with that. Talk about building a stronger relationship. I'm their safety guy a lot of times. And, we've had companies that you might have a guy who he's a welder, and then they pay him an extra $2 an hour and say, you're our safety guy, go do it. They don't always know what they're doing. So you've got to have help. There's the laws and the regulations change all the time. Injuries can be very expensive. You can have there's fixed and variable costs. The fixed costs, you have workers' comp, you have things like this, you know what to expect, but then you have the injury or the death, and you didn't expect these fines, you didn't expect these medical bills, you didn't expect to have to hire 2 or 3 people to cover the jobs. It can really become expensive. So not just keeping your customers safe, your employees safe, you want to keep costs down, right? That's what we're all about, to survive. And some of these, I think in my last article, I showed some of the $1 million plus injuries. This one injury, $1 million. There's a lot of companies that can't handle that.
Last question, Paul. Are there any common misconceptions about safety or safety training that exist with our industry?
One of the things I harp on is they have to have it and have to buy it. And a lot of times, our stores, a lot in our industry do not have very big stores and don't want to add thousands of SKUs to their inventory. I get that. But what they don't understand is there is profits involved in this. We see 25, 30, 45% margins on safety products that they have to have and have to buy. What people don't realize is that's there. I don't think prices or profits on grinding discs and wire are that high, but we stock it, right? Welding machines, I'm certainly sure they're not that high. So there is profits and people don't think of it. I know we think of gases. We know the profit margins that are involved in gases, but we also carry wire, grinding wheels, on and on. Safety can be part of that mix, and the margins can be high. And when you're providing safety training, when you're providing the services that they need, and you become a huge partner. This is what we've found, and we do not charge for those services, but we can also demand better margins.
Paul, thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it. You can read all of Paul's safety columns in each issue of Welding and Gases Today. The link to his first quarter column can be found in the description below.
As a gas distributor or installer, safety is a top priority. Gas leaks can happen anytime, putting lives at risk without the right knowledge and equipment. CO2Meter's new, easy-to-follow gas safety training program is designed to keep you ahead of safety risks and regulations. Equip your team with the skills to excel and share critical safety knowledge with customers. Set the standard for safety. Get certified today at CO2Meter.com.
Hey GAWDA members, we're here today in Clarksdale, Mississippi, home of SafTCart. Fitting for April Safety Month, we introduced SafTCart as our vendor of the month. Today we were lucky enough to sit down with the founder, Jimmy Walker Sr., as well as we got a tour from Jim Herring. If you've been to GAWDA events, you know Jim Herring, you know Mr. Walker, you know Jimmy Jr. and Charlie. Happy today to bring you alongside Jim and take a tour of the facility. It's 160,000 square feet on 15 acres, about 130 employees. Huge operation. Let's take a look.
I'm Jim Herring. I'm Executive Vice President, COO of SafTCart. I have been here for 27 years and have watched it grow all that time. And I've enjoyed it. Great industry. Well, this is the beginning. This was the original SafTCart, which at the time it was called the Metal Fab Division of Walker Welders. It was a self-contained cutting torch cart where everything remained inside. You could lock it, you could lift it, but Mr. Walker wanted something that was recession-proof. The welding industry did well when the farmers did well. When they pulled back, then they didn't spend any money. And this is going to help transcend that by coming up with a different device, and the cart division was the beginning of that.
I'm Jimmy Walker Sr., and I guess you'd call me the founder of this organization. And my wife, she helped me a lot too. What prompted SafTCart to begin with was the condition of the Mississippi Delta as far as retail welding supplies, and I figured I need to do something to get out of the Delta, so we started manufacturing carts in about 1985 or somewhere along in there, and it's just grown from that to what it is now. We started out in the back of Walker Welders and moved out to a schoolhouse, and in another building. And every time we'd move in a new building, we felt like we never would fill it up, but we would. We did. Now we're up to 160,000 and several buildings, and got a lot of modern equipment and everything now. So my association with GAWDA has been one of the keys to our success. When I first started, I was in GAWDA as a distributor and a manufacturer, and I knew a lot of people from that. And like Bob Jackson was president of GAWDA at the time, or it was NWSA then, I think. And he introduced me to the Key Group, and so that was a big help in getting SafTCart on the market, because we started out with, just zero business. And so that's kind of the way that we got started. But now we make stuff I never thought we'd make, and we're doing more business than I ever thought we'd do. And we got some good, loyal customers, and we try to give them the best service that we can. And I guess it's paid off pretty good. Today we manufacture 7 different core lines of product. And that's the carts, of course, was the first thing. And then we got into cages and cradles, pallets, racks, truck and trailers, and the pods. The pods have been a big thing, big bulk tanks in them and all. So that's our basic products now. This is really a family-oriented business. And we've got, of course, my wife and I started Walker Welders in '69 from scratch, and then we got off into the manufacturing business. And along the way, we had 5 kids, and all of them have participated. Jimmy Jr. has been here. He's CEO and president. And then Jim Herron is vice president. He's son-in-law. Then we got Reed, one of the grandsons, that's pretty well general manager of the plant. And another grandson, Andy, he's in maintenance, and he's a big help. And then we've got another grandson that's Nolan Walker, and he's in charge of manifolds and stuff like that, and all that part of the business. Lisa started out as she was really a big help. The oldest daughter, she started out. Melinda, she's still here and she does some work, but she travels a good bit with Jim. Connor is Jim's son. He does all our public relations stuff, all the show stuff. He helps his dad, and he does a good job too. Charlie's he's been with Air Gas, and he just came back in the company about 2 years ago, and he's a sales manager. So for a country boy that got in business, and we've done pretty good, and I've got a good family. I mean, I'm just proud that they could all be involved in the business. We've just done real well, that's all. We got a lot of good customers. That's our main thing. I never thought I could get this big. I didn't get it this big, but I never thought we'd grow this much. We got a lot going on. We got all kind of lasers. We're a world-class manufacturer. That's for sure. We've got the latest equipment, and we're constantly reinvesting in the business. So that's good.
All right, SafTCart is known for its carts. You wouldn't think that there are that many ways to carry around oxygen and acetylene, but there are, and we make them in all shapes and sizes. Our number one seller is a firewall cart. And actually, we sell more of those thanks to the regulations that are out there that OSHA enforces. So when we get a call, usually somebody's in trouble, We got to get them built and get them sent out of here. So that's number one. One of the unique carts that we make is a magnet cart. As you see, no floor plate. It grabs everything with magnets. It does a good job. And that makes a great route truck type cart. SafTCart has a full line of medical cylinder carts, small to large, single cylinder to up to 50. The welding distributor makes deliveries to laboratories and hospitals, and we're here to help them make those deliveries. Horizontal, vertical, it doesn't make any difference. We can build it. SafTCart has a full line of propane racks and propane carts, any shape or size. 20 pounders, 33 pounders. So anything that you have or that you need to move around, we make the cart or the cage for it. The strongest growth that SafTCart has seen in the past few years have been truck beds and trailers. And now that we have the capability of having our beds and trailers galvanized, we've sold even more. This is a pretty good example right here. And we are constantly adding to our truck shop and trailer facility just because of the incredible growth we've had. A good year for us back in the early days was maybe 4 truck beds in a year, and God, we thought that was great. Last year we did over 150. So things have come a long way in all those years. Our old truck shop used to be about 5,000 square feet. Now we're in this new facility, which is approximately 50 to 60,000 square feet. We're looking to add more capability because we're up to 150 beds per year with more to come. Got about 20 employees in here, and as you can see, we're about to max out. SafTCart has a full line of cages, 2 cylinders all the way up to 20. We add firewalls if you like, just to meet that OSHA standard. We ship all over the country, Canada and Mexico and beyond. We can paint them different colors based on your needs. SafTCart makes cradles, 6s, 12s, all the way up to 16s, and beyond if you like. And this style is galvanized, which is part of our, well, actually a big part of our business now. More galvanized products are leaving here than powder coated. We build pallets in any shape, size, form, and any color based on your needs. SafTCart now builds pods, any shape or size. It protects your assets by protecting your microbulk tanks. Along with it comes the unit that you see here. We install the microbulk tanks, and then we can plumb it to a certain extent. Then we'll probably send it to Carolina Piping for them to complete the job. SafTCart is a family business. We are an anchored company in Clarkston, Mississippi. We employ from a good 70-mile radius all the way around. Got a lot of good people, mostly tenured 10+ years. We ship all over the globe. Our growth is in our truck beds. Our cart business is good. We build cylinder cages, pallets of all types. So if you ever have any questions, please call us. We answer the phone. Our website, SafTCart.com. Sales@SafTCart.com is our email address, and we're happy to help you. Well, our cart company has grown because of the customers that we have. GAWDA is a huge part of that, and we're thankful for all the very many good years y'all have given us. We appreciate the loyalty, and we hope for many more.
Well, there you have it. Quick tour of SafTCart. We thank them for their generosity throughout the years. We couldn't do what we do without people like the Walker family and SafTCart, so we thank them so much for everything that they do for both us and as for GAWDA as a whole.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have Sue Reiter with us. Thank you for joining us, Sue. So, Sue, first question that we had for you is we wanted to talk a little bit about WGW since you were instrumental in founding the committee. Can you discuss the formation and the early days of the group for the rest of us, and so we can see how it's evolved to become what it has today within GAWDA?
When we started the WGW committee, I mean, the goal was really to create a space for women in this industry that could support each other, share experiences, and then, hopefully access them to resources that they didn't have before. So, and help them advance in their careers. So that was really the main goal of it. And so along the years was just really letting people know, what it was about, what the connections, raising awareness and the unique challenges that females face in this industry. So really, like I said, it took a long time. And I think where it's gone today, and we're actually a committee within GAWDA, is just so rewarding, especially, after going through it all and seeing it grow. And now I think it's a testament to the need that there was a need for this type of committee. And now to see the committee continue as it evolved, obviously, since, I don't know, was it 10, 12 years ago? I can't even remember. I've only been retired 10 months, but when we started it, and to see the changes and the committee change and the fantastic women that are on it, you and yourself, Colleen. So, yeah. But again, like I said, I think it was a testament for a need for this type of committee within GAWDA and helping women advance in their careers.
I would agree with you so much, Sue, and thank you for pulling me into the committee a few years back. I truly enjoy it, and I feel the networking has really helped make me feel comfortable within GAWDA, and there's just so many benefits to the group. Aside from the networking opportunities, there's also the educational grant opportunity that we have. So as someone who's achieved so much in your career, how does it feel to see the committee that you helped form help other women advance in their careers with opportunities like the educational grant?
Well, obviously, education and professional development is key to any career. I mean, not just this industry, any career. So the educational grant really has been a game changer, I think. Knowing that we've helped so many women, be able to gain access to training, certifications, learning experiences, things like that, that maybe they possibly wouldn't have that opportunity to do. So I think that's probably been the most fulfilling aspect of this committee. I mean, there's been other things, but I think that being able to help these women advance and become future leaders in this industry. I mean, I've seen it. I think you've seen it. You mentor women, during it. Not all women in this industry feel comfortable when they come into, let's say, a GAWDA convention. And who do I talk to? Who do I whatever?
Yes, and as a founding member and being part of the educational grant and all that, we definitely have like a missing piece within our group since you've retired, and we miss you dearly. All of us are wondering though, you've had a long distinguished career at Air Products. So we were, looking back on your years within GAWDA and at Air Products, what are some of your fondest memories of GAWDA, Air Products, and some of the accomplishments that you've had in your career?
Oh, there's so many memories. A lot of fun memories within GAWDA. But I mean, it is. It's like you said, it's for networking and things. But I think looking back, whether it's within Air Products or GAWDA, it's the incredible relationships that I've built, or we built, and the mentoring part of it within Air Products and outside of Air Products too. Just watching some of my colleagues now grow into leadership roles. I'm watching them grow. Like I said, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm seeing things. I talk to them. Some of the programs within Air Products as well as GAWDA, developing programs for diversity, talent development, things like that. And I can continue to see those initiatives keep continuing to grow over the last, like I said, we started this so long ago. And starting with Air Products, there wasn't a whole lot of females within the industry. Really, none. There were, but in different roles. So again, just working on some of those committees and developing different things for talent to grow, and really mentoring. Mentoring is so key in anybody's development. And I love to see that grow. I love to see those females become leaders in the industry.
That's great. And I know that you're mentioning mentorship, and you've been a tremendous mentor to many people within the industry, not just women. But what advice would you give someone who's just getting into the industry, having had so many years' experience within the industry? Any advice that you would give someone new?
Well, it's you got to be curious. You have to be proactive. You seek out mentors. I was just saying. I mean, I had them throughout my career. Um, don't be afraid to take on challenges. Get out of your comfort zone. I mean, that's hard for anybody. I mean, this industry is so full of opportunities. And if you're willing to adapt to changes and continue to grow, collaborate with other people, I mean, you're going to be successful no matter what. So that's the key is get involved. I mean, I mean, Air Products has been a GAWDA member for years. And when I moved over to the side of the distributors, which was about 20 years ago, I really didn't even know what GAWDA was about. I didn't get involved. I always say this about Jenny McCall when she became president and said, get off the sidelines, don't sit back, get involved. So I got involved in committees. Um, and then I was fortunate to be the first female ever to sit on the board. I think that was 70 years that they had never had a female. So I got to see the things that went on behind the scenes. So it goes back to, again, just get involved. Don't sit back, but you don't hold back. You get up at these, conferences and you're talking about different things, and that's what you have to do. If you're just going to sit back, you're not going to grow.
Yes, and your advice of or taking the advice of Jenny McCall has definitely been passed on to me. I remember having a conversation with you and Marie Folks when she was at Air Products when I was pregnant with my son, and I asked you both for advice, and you were just like, never, just never stop. Always stay involved in some way, and I really appreciate that because I feel like it helped my career certainly, and I really appreciate that. And I feel like there could be more opportunities for women in our industry and getting more women involved in WGW. And like I said, we miss you, and we're all dying to know what you've been up to since you've retired.
Oh, it's been an exciting new chapter, I guess. I've lived in St. Louis my whole entire life, but working for Air Products has, at least the last 20 years, 25 years, been traveling quite a bit. First thing I said was, I'm not going to travel. The first week of June, I left for Greece and Rome. So I was traveling for the first couple months, but I really wanted to take some personal time, with my kids. I have 3 grandchildren now, ages 3, 2, and my daughter just had her second 4-week-old. So just been busy. Actually, she's in corporate America, so I do some mentoring actually for her, as well as I've done some things for her company that she works with for other people. So again, I have to stay involved. It's not like me to do nothing. So it's been 10 months, but it flew by. But it's not my last chapter, put it that way.
Well, that's great to hear because you have like so much advice and mentorship to give, and we hope that you stay involved a little bit within our association and within the industry because we do miss you, and we are so happy that you took the opportunity to meet with us today to speak to us. Do you have any last messages you want to give anybody, or anything else you want to add today?
No, I just want to thank, I mean, GAWDA has been such an important part of my professional journey. It really has. Like I said, the incredible people that I've met, and it just, I miss them. Like you said, I do miss them. I follow you guys on LinkedIn, so I know what you're up to. Um, just like I said, I miss working alongside everyone. I'm so proud to see the industry keeps growing. I'm watching things happening and they're thriving. Your business, all the businesses. But I just want to say, keep in touch. I still keep in touch with a lot of people. I have the same cell phone number. Emails changed, but again, I still keep in contact with Air Products colleagues as well as some of the distributors too. But I do miss all of you. I miss all the GAWDA, John, Natasha, Bruce, all you guys, and the committee, Judy, Jenny, everybody. So just want to, and all the rest of them out there. It's because it's been part of your life. And I think that's what GAWDA is it gets in your blood. And the distributors used to always tell me that because you see them coming back even after they retired. Now you got the third generation and all that. So it got in my blood too. So I do miss it. So.
Well, Sue, this was terrific. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to meet with us today. It was great to hear from you. And we're so excited to hopefully see you sooner rather than later.
Gas distributors, tank repair shops, cryogenic techs. Live the EQUIGAS experience and find out for yourself. Send us a picture and we'll help you identify what you really need. We have the equipment you need with the service you deserve. Make your life easier. Give us a call today. We answer the phone and ship the same day.
Today's member news segment is brought to you by Anthony Welded Products. Check out Anthony's latest product offering, the 3-in-1 cart. Primary features of the 3-in-1 cart include the zinc-plated safety chain, fast-action cylinder band, and the load and roll front casters. The frame comes standard in small, medium, and large to fit your exact size cylinders. We offer a variety of wheel sizes and styles to fit your specific need. Anthony Welded Products, often copied, never equaled. Click the link in the description below to learn more. GAWDA welcomed a new staff member to its headquarters team. Please welcome Holly Papa-Constantine as GAWDA's new Member Education and Committee Coordinator. This newly created role will support the newly enhanced GAWDA University. Holly, we can't wait to work with you going forward. In other industry news, CK Supply announced leadership transitions within the company. Brad Dunn was named CEO, while Tony Ruppel joined CK as president, and Ned Lane will transition to chairman of the board. Central McGowan and Minneapolis Oxygen announced a historic merger. Meredith Gas Partners announced its partnership with Oxygen Service Company. ARC3 Gases acquired Economy Welding and Industrial Supply. Industrial Source announced that it had acquired Apis Labs. MK Products announced its acquisition of Tech Welding Products, Inc. Holston Gases opened a new branch location in Charleston, South Carolina. Dale Oxygen was named one of Pennsylvania Business Central's top 100 organizations. The LS Starrett Company announced key management appointments. Roger Amaral Jr. was named the company's president and CEO. Barry Laughlin was named COO. Alan Look was named Global Chief Information Officer, and John Michael Raymond was named Chief Revenue Officer. And finally, Meredith Arp joined Victory Welding Alloys as its new sales representative. To learn more about any of these member news items, or to submit member news of your own, read the complete April 1st issue of the GAWDA Connection in your email inbox today, or by clicking the link in the description below. And that's our show for this month. Once again, we've got just 1 month until this year's SMC in Dallas. If you've already registered for the show, make sure that you're utilizing the attendee list to set meetings and the contact booth program exhibitor list to know who you want to see before you arrive. Until next time, for all of us here at GAWDA TV, this is Steve Guglielmo signing off.